All right, welcome to Talk New England Sports Zone. I'm Tiffany Williams, alongside Stephen Joining me tonight, or joining us tonight, is Jalen Coker from Holy Cross, who just announced back in December that he's going to enter the NFL draft in 2024. Right now, you're in Orlando, I believe, right now?
I'm in Fort Myers.
Fort Myers for the Hula Bowl. Um, First of all, talk to me a little bit about that experience when you got that call inviting you to the Hula Bowl. What was that like? What was your mindset like?
It was great. I was expecting a call from one of those bowl games. But when it was the Hula Bowl, I was just excited. Just another opportunity for me to showcase my ability, for me to play against some bigger schools, some bigger names. So it's a good learning experience for me, and I'm excited. When I got the call, I was excited. It's gonna be a great opportunity.
You had a pretty amazing season with Holy Cross as a senior. Um, Take me back over this season. Some of your most memorable moments that you're going to take with you.
I guess the Harvard game, breaking the touchdown record. That was a good one. You know, uh, I guess playing in the Boston College Stadium, that was another big one for me. I haven't played in that atmosphere before, and that was a pretty amazing experience for us to go out there and, you know, unfortunately lose, but, put up a pretty good fight. I guess those are my two big ones overall, though. I was just glad that I could spend my senior year with some of my best friends, and it was just the whole season I'm gonna remember in full.
All New England, All Patriot League first team, sophomore All American, All Patriot League second team, All Patriot League second team, and All Patriot League third team. What do those honors mean to you?
I think it's just a dedicate. It just shows my dedication, hard work. I try not to get into the awards too much, because it really doesn't mean much. But it's great to be, you know, seen as someone that can earn that award. I'm proud, obviously, and I think eventually down the line, I'll probably be telling my kids about it. But right now, I'm just focused on um, just my next steps and just how I can get better.
What was your mindset coming into the 2023 season as a senior and knowing that this was your last collegiate year?
My mindset was not to overthink anything too much. Just kind of just let my game do the talking. Just kind of have fun, really. Just don't overthink too many things. I wasn't planning to go for 15 touchdowns, 1,000 yards, whatever. But I just let myself play. Didn't overthink anything too much. Practice hard, lifted hard, and then the results showed. So my big main goal was just to have fun, though, just to enjoy my last year.
As a junior, you played in the first EBW Classic at Polo Park in Holy Cross shutout Bucknell 57-0. You finished with 88 receiving yards and a touchdown. In the second quarter, you caught a 32-yard pass from Sluker to give Holy Cross a 28-0 lead. In your senior year, you played in the second annual EBW Football Classic at Polo Park against Harvard. In the first quarter, you caught a 74-yard pass and got a touchdown to record the longest reception of your career. In the second quarter, Sluka connected with you again for a 30-yard touchdown reception. What was the experience like for you playing in the EBW Football Classic at Polo Park, home of the AAA affiliate for the Boston Red Sox? And what was your mindset going into these two games?
Well, it's always fun playing at Polar Park. It's like a home game for us, but kind of like a little bit of an away game too, but still right in the city. So it's really fun. The stadium's packed every single time. So it's an amazing experience. My mindset going in, again, just kind of like what I was saying, just have fun. catch the ball. Nothing too crazy. I mean, I wasn't, if I broke the record then, if I didn't, it was what it was. But I was just focused on us winning the game, and unfortunately we didn't. But that was my mindset for the Harvard game.
In September, in the Crusaders' 49-24 win over Yale, you had three touchdowns with 124 yards on nine receptions. What was that win like for you? And talk to me about your performance in that game.
That was a great win. That was a really good team win. Um, I mean, we were kind of clicking on all cylinders offensively. I feel like we were throwing the ball everywhere. Um, I guess me personally, me and Sluka were kind of on the same page a lot of the time, and he was putting it in a lot of places where no one else could get it, and it was making the catch easy for me. So, um, it was just an all around good game. It was nice, sunny, really no problems at all. It was a really great win.
Steven?
So, Coker, I'm a little interested. Are you just like we just talked about? You have declared for the NFL draft. Where were you? What was the moment when you told yourself, I mean, this is it. I'm ready to move on to the NFL.
Well, I mean, I guess after my senior year, I kind of really just didn't want to play college football anymore, and I just felt like, I've always wanted to be an NFL player my whole life, and it's all I've ever dreamed of becoming. So I was like, I had the chance. I've had an amazing season. My draft stock is pretty high, so I just was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and just take my shot and just see what happens, So that was that was my process behind it.
Now, how are you preparing? I don't know if you got an invite to Indianapolis, and that'll be one question. Have you gotten your invite to Indianapolis? And the other question is, how are you preparing for your pro day?
Well, how I'm preparing for the pro day, I'm here in Fort Myers. I'm working out at X3 with Jordan Llewellyn and his team. Um, so they're getting me right for pro day, and I have not been invited to the combine, if that's what you're asking, I think. Um, but looking forward to a call from them. I'd love to showcase my abilities there as well.
Matthew Slater just recently said something that has stuck with me and I think says a lot about how players look at the game and their careers in the league. He said, if you live life without fear, in my opinion, you lost. If our football team wants to be lost for the rest of the year, then we leave our faith outside. But if we bring our faith in, then we have a chance to play for the things that matter: your pride, the way you respect the game, the way you respect your teammates, the way you respect the process. All of that matters, regardless of the circumstances. So I hope our group will continue to do that. When you look back at this past season, when you look back at the past 4 years, talk to me about your faith, your pride, how much you respect the game, and the process as you get ready to enter the 2024 NFL Draft.
Well, I mean, with my faith, I mean, nothing I do is possible without God. I mean, I feel like He's a big part of this. I mean, my process, like you said, all of it matters. Whether that's doing the extra rep on a pull up when I'm training, or seeing a piece of trash outside and picking it up and putting it in the garbage. I think everything in between it all matters, and that's kind of like my outlook to what I've learned for the past 4 years. You know, pride. I mean, I feel like I'm competitive, and I feel like that's something that has to do with my pride, and just I hold myself to a higher standard a lot of the time, and that's just kind of helped me in my process to grow and become a better player. And that's really all thanks to Holy Cross and everything that they've been able to do, and get me to where I want to be, which is where I'm at.
What was it like for you growing up And when did you decide, hey, football is my game? Because in high school, I believe you played basketball and you ran track.
Yeah, my freshman year, I ran track, and that was it. I didn't run it again after that. But basketball, yeah, I love basketball. It's really oh, I mean, I feel like I was all right, but it was really fun. But ever since I was really really young, like 6 years old, playing flag, like I knew football was going to be what I wanted to do. It's just a game that's just you can just I don't know, just the feeling of it, the atmosphere, just it's just different, and I just gravitated towards that. And I've always wanted to be a wide receiver, so I mean that you really can't do that in basketball. So
Yeah.
that was one that was the big reason for football. I just really wanted to go out there and play wide receiver.
Was there like any one particular player, like growing up in the league, that you looked at and like what player was that? What play would that be, and why?
Um, I guess growing up wasn't a receiver, but I really enjoyed watching Ladainian Tomlinson. Um, my mom's a Chargers fan, so the games would always be on, and then watching LT run around, catch the ball, and score a bunch of touchdowns, that was pretty special. And I always liked his dark visor. So, I mean, he was definitely a player that I looked up to. Not a receiver, but still pretty good player. So,
Stephen?
You say you always wanted to be a wide receiver. And the
yep.
question is, why wide receiver? There's all these other positions. You could be a quarterback, you could be a tight end, a running back. Why wide receiver?
My dad in high school, he played wide receiver, and he was like inducted into Hall of Fame to for his high school and stuff. And like initially, I was going for defense, like I was playing safety and corner and all that stuff. But I guess as I got older and as we talked and our relationship got closer, I was like, wide receiver just kind of already runs in the genes. So like, and I already love catching the ball, whether it was interceptions or touchdowns. So but yeah, I just picked wide receivers. I just felt like that's who I was. That's who I was going to be the most successful as a receiver.
Now, Tiff mentioned that you had a three-touchdown game earlier this season. Is that your crowning achievement here at Holy Cross, or was it another moment where you were like, wow, this is like the biggest moment of my collegiate football career?
I think the biggest moment was the touchdown catch to put us into the playoffs for the first year in school history. That's my favorite moment, at least. Or the moment where the first game that I ever get in at Fordham and I catch the ball over whoever that kid was and have my first collegiate catch. Those two moments are my favorite.
Talk to me about growing up, where you grew up, and what it was like for you growing up.
I mean, it was really nice where I lived. I'm from Sterling, Virginia. Everyone's super nice. I played outside a majority of the time. Um, had a bunch of friends. Um, Nothing really ever went bad. It was always just kind of sunshines and rainbows, really. I had a great childhood. Played a bunch of sports, met a bunch of friends through sports, which then led me to more sports and more friends, and it all just kind of snowballed into where I'm at now, just my parents putting me in a position to be successful. And I can't thank them enough for that.
You played for Coach Barnes, Paul Barnes, in high school. What was that like playing for Coach Barnes, and what was some takeaways from that experience that you took into your collegiate career and that you'll take into your NFL career?
Um, I mean, one of the things Coach Barnes harped on was just, you gotta back up your talk with action, like you really gotta work for what you want. And coming in as a young kid, I think I know everything, and you know I- I'm the center of the world, but him coming in and really kind of taking me under his wing and showing me how everything works and what I can and can't do, can and can't say. Um, Helped me mature a lot. I still talk to Coach Barnes to this day. Um, really funny guy too, so that always helps. But no, he's a really special guy, and again, I really wouldn't be the player without him or that whole coaching staff, Coach Kazi, Coach Brandon Jackson, all those guys, Coach Fish. I mean, those are my guys. I mean, we all still talk to this day. So yeah, they're definitely a huge part of this.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, if Coach Barnes was in front of you right now, what would you say to him?
I just say thank you. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for trusting me. Um, Thank you for building me up when I needed to be, and thank you for telling me how it is when I needed it to be told. So just for being just like kind of like a father figure for me. Um, and yeah, just always making me smile. Um, just thank you, really.
What would you tell the younger Jalen Coker today?
I would say trust the process. There were times, going to middle school Pop Warner practice, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to do this. And I just tell him, trust me, it'll be worth it. That's what I'd say.
Stephen?
What is the one thing as you go into the NFL draft you want to show the team? I'm not gonna say who you want to get drafted by, but the team that will eventually draft you. What is the one message? What is the one thing you want to show them as you head into what we OTAs, mini camps, and eventually into training camp?
The biggest thing I want to show is that I'm a competitor and I can catch the football better than a lot of people.
We all have hobbies. We all have other things that we like besides playing the game. Um, as much as we all love the game, but what do you like doing outside of football?
Um, I mean, recently I've been playing video games. That's kind of my way to connect with friends that are back home. If I'm ever at school, I can always just hop on the game with them. We can play. Uh, I still enjoy playing basketball whenever I can, when I have some free time and I can find a couple guys to run it at the court. Um, but not really just chilling. I like to chill. I'm really not I watch movies. Um, but nothing crazy though.
All right, we're back with Jalen Coker from Holy Cross, who has announced that he is going to enter the NFL draft in 2024. Had an impeccable season, great past 4 years with Holy Cross. Um, Jalen, you mentioned that you like you recently started gaming and stuff like that. Are you playing Madden?
I don't play Madden.
Don't play Madden.
I don't.
What's your go to game?
Right now I'm playing Call of Duty. But I really like Fortnite, which is funny to say.
Nice. Um, Steven?
Um, I think I've read on Tiffany showing me her article she's going to be writing as part of this podcast. But are you from Worcester?
I am not from Worcester.
You're not from. Okay, so that's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure. So what made you decide to attend and play football for the College of Holy Cross?
Well, like coming out of high school, I had a couple Division 1 offers, and I visited a lot of places, and I really didn't feel like that was gonna be my place. And then I had it down to New Hampshire and Holy Cross, and I visited both. And I when I went to Holy Cross, I just kind of immediately like fell in love with it. I fell in love with the community, fell in love with the campus, um, the coaches. I mean, Coach Chesney, who doesn't love that guy? My teammates, they were all there. So The alumni system, can't forget about them. That was a huge selling point. Um, you know, it really just came down to the people, and I just felt the most comfortable at Holy Cross, and getting an offer from there was kind of like, who is Holy Cross? But then going, I'm so glad I did because it really was an amazing 4 years that I will never forget.
Now you talk about the city of Worcester, and we obviously talk a lot about Worcester ourselves. Have you ever been to a Worcester Red Sox game, or do you remember the Massachusetts Pirates from when they were here at the DCU Center?
I have been to a Worcester Red Sox game
What was
a
your
couple times
experience like at
actually.
Fuller Park?
Great, always fantastic. Love going to Fuller Park.
Did you get to see this past season when they were using the Holy Cross football helmet as their? Most teams they in baseball they have like something they do after a player hits a home run. For the first half of the season for the Worcester Red Sox, they would use you guys' helmet after somebody hit a home run and came into the dugout. They would run into the dugout wearing you guys' helmet. Did you get to see that?
Yep, I did. I was at that game. Well, not that game, but I was at a game where they had the helmet on, and I was like, no way. I think I saw it on social media before, so it was like less of a surprise, but it was still pretty cool to see it in person.
Yeah. I thought it was good. You know, the Woo Sox, the way they did that, the players supporting Holy Cross and using that football helmet. All right, let's say I'm a general manager for an NFL team, and you're sitting in front of me right now. Um, what would I be getting if I drafted you to my team?
You'd be getting a great person, a competitor, like I said earlier, someone who's going to work for a spot, and it doesn't matter if it's today, tomorrow. I'm going to grind and continue to just slowly work my way up that depth chart until it's impossible to not put me in. And it doesn't have to be a receiver. I mean, I'll go in there, special teams, gunner, punt, pump block, whatever it is, whatever way I can get on the field, I'll do it. And, I'll back it up with the effort at practice and everything like that. So, yeah, competitor, um, good person, and overall just want to play football.
Steven?
No, not a lot. Sorry to still want to ask a question here. Not a lot of guys get invited to Detroit, or this year will be Detroit for the NFL draft. Do you have a plan to have like all your family and friends together and wait for that call from that NFL team that you've been selected by them?
Yeah, my mom is saying that we'll have like a little draft party at my house, and all my friends will be over there, and we'll make it fun.
I gotta ask. You're from Virginia. It's kind of the border of the South. What's the go to meal for a party like that?
Go to meal.
Yeah. What's the go to food that you guys will be eating at a party like that?
At a party like that,
Yeah.
hamburgers.
So no like Southern soul food or anything like that. No.
Nah, I don't think we're quite south like that.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Um, Talking about family, I gotta ask. Making the decision to enter the NFL draft isn't an easy decision to make. What was it like for you making that decision? And was there any one person, group, or of people, family that helped you make that decision?
Yeah, it was a conversation that me and my family had constantly. Coming back while saying, "Oh, I won't enter the draft," or "I will enter the draft," and then the next day I won't enter the draft, and the next day I will enter the draft. It was a big process for me. A lot of people were throwing a lot of different options at me that I really had a lot to think about, and agents calling me, telling me to do this, this, and this, and others telling me to do this, and there was a lot to kind of weed through and find what I really wanted to do, and yeah, just constant uh, talking with my family and just eventually coming to the conclusion, which I still feel is was the right one.
Steven?
Uh, that's all the questions I got. I do want to thank Jake Coker for joining us. When is the Hula
So,
Bowl? Is it
so
this Saturday?
the ninth, I believe, right?
It's the ninth. Okay, so that would be Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yes, Tuesday.
Um, Talk to me. What has it been like? I mean, I think only 100 seniors from across the country get selected to play in the Hula Bowl. What has it been like down there? Like getting to click when and meet different players and the conversations and stuff.
It's really cool. I mean, it's really cool to see just a group of guys that are really willing to work, and they're all excited and a little nervous, and but overall, they all can ball, and it's just really fun to be around. People that are trying to be on the same journey as me. So it's motivating, and it's exciting too. I know a lot of the guys that are training with me are going to the Hula Bowl as well, so it'll be a fun little outing for us.
Your former coach, Coach Bob Chesney, when right after you announced, he said the best to ever do it at Holy Cross football. It was special watching you rewrite the record books one catch at a time. We all knew what type of player in person you were, and it was only a matter of time before the rest of the world did. Now they do. Cannot wait for Sundays. What does that mean to you when you hear that coming from Coach Chesney?
I mean, it's awesome. I can remember coming in and during COVID and him asking me what I knew on the playbook, and I told him nothing, and he just smiled at me and he laughed. And now fast forward all the way now, he's saying that I'm the best to ever do it. It's kind of surreal, but Coach Chesney has been there for me on a lot of things, personal and sports related. So it's just I'm happy for him. I'm hoping that he continues to do what he did to us to other programs and just create winning programs. And I know Dobbs, Purdy, Pat McMurtry. I know they're all over there too right now. So I'm just pulling for JMU. They came back to my home state, which is really funny. Small world, but yeah, Coach Chesney's a really awesome guy, and I can't thank him enough either for what he's done for me and how he's molded me into the player, man, and just overall human being. Um, you know, it's pretty crazy to hear that from him, because I hold him in such a high standard. So, um, but it's a great feeling.
All right, so I have
You're
two more here for you.
yeah.
I have two more. So the first one is we hear all the analysts all the time. They compare some guy to a guy that's already in the NFL. Who would you, Jake Coker, wide receiver, compare yourself to in today's NFL when it comes to size, speed, catchability? Who do you compare yourself to?
That's a good question. Um, who do I compare myself to? Hmm.
Maybe a Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. Maybe you're as fast as Tyreek Hill. We don't know it, but the world's about to find out.
Well, I don't think anyone's as fast as Tyreek Hill. I wish I had his speed, but I guess I can't think of anyone off the top. But I'm going for maybe like a DK Metcalf type of Julio Jones mix. Not
Okay,
as big, but probably not as fast either. But
sure.
definitely catch, strength, body control, route running. Probably similar in that realm.
And the second one I have is who do you have playing in and who do you have winning Super Bowl 58 out in Vegas?
I think it's going to be the 49ers. That's what I think is going to win.
There you have it. Jake Coker picking the San Francisco 49ers to win Super Bowl 58.
I, wow, that's an incredible pick. The 49ers. Not the Ravens?
I don't think it's going to be the Ravens.
Ooh, okay, okay. Um, Younger kids, when you get into the league, they're going to be watching you. They've been watching you probably throughout your collegiate career. Um, what advice do you have to those young kids that will be looking up to you in the league?
Um, I would just say have fun. I mean, I tell my own siblings this, like just enjoy it. You're only a kid once, and I'm not even that old yet, and it still feels like it's slipping away from me a little bit. But just have fun, enjoy it, do everything. Don't just do football or just basketball. Like just branch out into every sport. Um, that's what I did, and I feel like it benefited me a lot, not only with the people I meet, but kind of just the muscles you're working and like just the thinking behind certain sports. It might translate really well to the sport that you end up playing for however long you do. So, and just have confidence, believe in yourself, regardless of what anyone says, haters, anything like that. Just, just play. You know, um, yeah, that's probably the biggest thing I'd say. Just enjoy it.
All right, I just got two more questions left. Um, your former teammate Ayer Asante has also announced that he is entering the 2024 NFL draft as well. Um, have you guys been in contact, been talking, sharing ideas, or anything like that?
No, he hasn't. He's on a flight right now, so I mean, I'll definitely will reach out to him here soon. But he just got off of the season and everything. I'm pretty sure he's pretty tired, but no, I mean, congratulations to him. So proud of him. Um, we'll like text here and there, but I haven't called him yet. I need to do that, but I know he's gonna crush it. He's gonna test ridiculously, and any team that picks him is gonna be getting an absolute stud for sure. So um, I know he knows that too, though. So I'm pumped for him, though. Absolutely.
What was it like playing? I mean, you guys played what 3 years together? What was it like playing together?
He's just a veteran. He's knowledgeable. He knows what he's doing. Obviously an amazing athlete, fast, can catch, run routes, pretty much has all of the boxes are checked. But it's just his character and his personability is just really what sets him apart. I think for me, it's just he's just so easy to talk to. You have a question about pretty much anything, he'll have an answer, help you find one. So just a really great dude, great person. Glad that he's in my circle. Um, and again, I'm wishing the best of luck to him. He's a great guy and he deserves all of it for sure.
Hey, now and with this, is there any one quote motto that you live by every day?
Yeah, I do. It's from Spider-Man 1. With great power comes great responsibility. And
Uh,
that's a quote that I live by.
I like that. I like that. All right, for News Talk New England on Sports Zone, my name is Tiffany Williams alongside Stephen Our guest tonight, Jalen Coker. Good luck in the NFL draft. We're wishing you the best of luck, and we're rooting for you all the way from Worcester. Um, and remember, folks, you don't have to be perfect. Just be yourself.